Hello, welcome to the Beautiful Truth 7. How you doing today? We just wanted to say a few things. We don't want to hear long. Take your time because I know it's midday and I know everybody's busy doing what they got to do, doing runs. So we had to hop in real quick and
with a quick message.
so. Whoa, the TV's loud. But anyways, you have anything?
Yes. So today we're going to talk about perception, deception, and to me, basically, I just feel like it's just everybody's different perceptions that they have in life that just no single person really has the same one. And I think that's what's causing a lot of misunderstanding between everybody in the world. And I think if everybody can like agree on that, we would probably get a little far in something, just agreeing on that simple thing. But I mean, the perceptions of people, is so important, and that's what's because everybody has their own individual experience in life. Because we got like the whole matrix going on, and then we got like our inner matrix of our own life, and everybody has their own life that they take seriously, and everybody has their own body that they are responsible for taking care of, and you know, you feel in these bodies, and your life is serious to you, and every single person feels like that individually. I mean, it's so crazy how the world is going on, and everybody, I mean, I know a lot of people feel like they don't um I mean, because when you see the Constitution of the United States, I mean, it's crazy how these guys were slave owners. They were all of this stuff, and but they still knew that it's important to give people the right to live their life, you know. And of course, we all know that all that stuff is to a certain extent, but this is a good start to be able to, even if they did try to set you up for failure later, they gave you enough space within that constitution to be able to govern yourself within a community,
Give you a start.
to give you a start. But because everybody has the right to be left alone, so, and everybody has a right to make their own decisions in their own life. And we all have our right to have our own perceptions, because that's what happens when we make our own decisions and we have our experiences and everything. We start performing a perception of things, and nobody has the same one, not even twins, because those twins are going and having different perceptions of life. I mean, if you bring the twins home from the hospital, the minute they come out, they already having different experiences, because one went to the right side of the bed to get fixed by the nurses, and the other baby went to the other side of the bed to get fixed by the nurses. One on this side, one on the other side. So you already having different experiences in life, forming a different perception compared to just you already having different experiences, and these two come out of the same, look the same, but that has nothing to do with any of that. But it's so easy how we can easily put that together. But that's how what I'm trying to show, though, how much everybody has such a different perception of life with things. So, but there is things that we all want, no matter what our perceptions of life are, no matter what we believe in, our religion and everything. We all want the same things in life. Everybody wants happiness, the pursuit of happiness. That's what's important to everybody. Everybody has their different ways of how they go about it, but that's what's important to everybody. And that's what we got to focus on. We can't focus on a lot of negativity that's going on in the world, even though it is fun to connect the dots. I feel like what's going on, because it's always fun to know the truth about things, even though it hurts sometimes, or it makes you feel uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to say sometimes even it comes with, like we talk about perception too. Another thing I was sitting here thinking about, how you was raised, your morals, your values, and how you think about certain things was presented to you in life. Sometimes it makes you wonder how you perceive things. You'd be like, was that really, on a really personal level? Let's think about it. It makes you really wonder. You're like, how you was raised, and then you see how other people, certain things, you're like, oh wow, different. But hey, we're human, we're here to experience this life that was given to us and go from here. That's all I can say. What do you think?
Yes, yes, for sure. Yeah. And because you got to give yourself, you got to know there's certain things you just have to know. Like there's a lot of things in life, even when ideas are presented to you about things, disagree with them or not, even when you don't disagree with them or you do whatever, you just like, man, I never thought of it like that. I mean, you have a lot of those in life where you just feel like you never thought of certain things like that. And it's okay to think like that sometimes. And, life has been, unfortunately, a lot of life has been built on, these religions and keeping your brain caged up and everything. And, it's nothing wrong with believing anything. I feel like, we all have to believe in something because it's important to have inspiration, inner spiral in inspiration.
Yes. Even though if you don't get it, what is it? Because a lot of people, what is it?
Because that's what helps you create.
Our firstborn is we get it with our parents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we also have to realize
you inspire to be, because a lot of kids, they inspire to be like their parents. You're already picking up inspiration, so it's in you to pick up inspiration because
that's not a bad thing.
No.
I'm thinking, no. I'm like, no, it's not.
But there's also a thing that I've heard Billy Carson talk about, which he said that we have a worship gene in our body. And when I think about that, how we have a worship gene in our body, it just makes me think, because it's like, this is what helps a lot of people be behind, feeling like they have to worship something or they have to give something to maybe something outside of them or something. But it's just interesting that we would have that.
Yeah, it is. And it's like, it makes you wonder. That's why you have to feel, what is it? It's something bigger. It's got to be something bigger than who we are. And I know the universe is big. I've had conversations like we posted in the video before. My brother had passed and he came back, and that's when I learned a lot of stuff.
He had a near-death experience.
Yeah, near-death experience
that he remembered when he came back.
And thank you for helping me.
Mm-hmm.
But that would really put a touch on me. Instead of being just a certain way, what is it? You hard-headed. No, don't be like that, because if you be hard-headed, you close off, not wanting to see other things. And I tell you what, he had interesting things to say. And I tell you what, being a closed-minded person, I would have never in reality been like, oh no, I don't believe that. But where's it coming from? Where'd it come from? See?
And why are you being close? You got to ask yourself, why are you being so close-minded? Who is making this pre-decision for you, which is making you feel like you can't step outside of the box and think of anything else? I mean, you got to think about this. Who is the person doing this? And not person, or who is the
energy?
Mm-hmm. The influencer that's doing this, because somehow it's happening. But yeah, we just all have different perceptions in life, but we do have a lot of things in common, a lot of stuff that we don't realize that we have in common. Like I said, we all want the pursuit of happiness, to keep it short and simple. But we got to realize that's being played on, everybody in a sense, and like we were saying really quick, I want to close that out about the being inspired. There's nothing wrong with being inspired with something outside of you, but I feel like you can't let society get to you too much, because a lot of the way things go in society, I feel like has been perverted compared to the natural order of the way life should be going, because should be going, which is being inspired. That's why we have ears to hear each other and to watch and create and be influenced by something that we do see outside of us, but in a certain way. Not in a way where you give all your power away to it, because I feel like if you don't wake up, you're given, and you're somebody who is thinking the whole matrix. You cannot step outside of your thoughts and observe your thoughts. You can't step outside and just stop for a second and see how you feel, because everything is real. Nobody's ever stopped you and been like, hold on. You're just so into it. I mean, you got it. There's been studies about everything. We live in a holographic universe. So everything is a hologram. And I know people feel like, well, how when I can touch things? But there's it's a order of way everything is, which is why you can touch things and you're living your life so heavy that's helping everything be touchable and everything. I mean, when you move to a different, you vibrate higher and you live life lighter, things can change where you will be able to see things differently with your eyes, you know? And but yeah, we all have different perceptions of stuff. Some people, of course, and like I said, we all take our life so seriously, as we should, but we should also know that we live in a matrix. And, you know, we all have our different perceptions in this matrix. So, and there is forces outside of us that's playing those things. They're perverting things and playing, you know, people's perceptions back and forth to each other. What were you going to say?
What I wanted to say, it's weird that you talked about the perception and deception, then you talked about the holographic universe, because you know, it's so weird how you want holographic universe. You're like, okay, this is a simulation. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Calm down.
Yes.
And don't be so uptight, you know, on what is it? A quick decision sometimes is a bad decision, but you know,
but also you want to go with your first gut feeling kind of sometimes with things. So it's just tricky. That's why we got to be knowing about having all these aspects down packed about things. But that's playing perception are pre-tasted already. I mean, everything is pre-done already. Simulations pre-ran already. You know, you're the way you're going to react to a situation has been predicted already because it's been ran through a simulation already. I mean, this is stuff that we have to just know what's happening. And, you know, I'm not an evil person at all, but if I was going to be an evil person, I would say this. If I had enough money, I haven't had as much money as these people be having to be doing the shit that they be doing to society. I'm not saying I would do exactly that, but there's a lot of stuff that you are responsible for controlling the order of this world. So you are going to be testing in labs. You are going to be doing things. I wouldn't be doing it in a way but so I know they're doing it is what I'm saying, because the job needs to be done, but they might not be doing it in the most healthiest, best way, you know, to sustain the planet and everything, not to the benefit of the people maybe at the bottom. And they feel like, why should I? I mean, they only got to take care of a certain group of people, but they do need the people at the bottom to keep them up. So it's a long story with all that, but we're going to get into another video about this later, but because I didn't bring I got to get my damn charger from my damn laptop, and I'm about to head out in a minute. we're about to go to lunch. So anyways, we're going to do a part 2 on this though, because it's a lot behind this, but perception, deception, you guys, and you can't let anybody, you know, it's okay to be influenced with your perception, but you can't give your power away to anything outside of you, because you have to remember your perception is your perception. That belongs to you. It doesn't belong to anybody. It belongs to you. So don't let anybody come and just take that over. And, you know, there be the reason why, you know, you have the perception that you have that may not work out for you at all. So
guess what? No, at the end of the day, don't say that, because